My dear friends, this video is the outcome of watching a conversation between Mr. Shwetabh Gangwar and Mr. Sandeep Maheshwari on his YouTube channel titled as Please Save Him and hashtagged Save Shwetabh Gangwar. I am well aware that this is my unsolicited and uninvited, which could even be labeled as an unwelcome intervention in the ongoing verbal and psychological YouTube trial between Mr. Maheshwari, Mr. Gangwar, and Mr. Prakhar Gupta of Prakharkepravachan. This is nevertheless out of empathy and my concern for Sandeep sir, as his fans call him, and because I too rate him as a very prudent spiritual facilitator and a great motivator for a large number of his admirers. Before proceeding further, let me clear one thing about myself, and that is I'm a newly born and a novice YouTuber, having started my channel Colors and Shades of Life at the alleged fag end of my life after my retirement as the director of Media Center and chairman of Department of Mass Communication at Punjabi University, Patiala, and a reporter for the Tribune. I have, however, been practicing meditation for a long time now, which has helped me to evolve as a witness, as a Sakshi in most of the situations in my life. And you would find a majority of my YouTube videos on the spiritual aspect of human life. Now, let me come to the real point. I would have rated Mr. Sandeep's reaction against Mr. Prakhar as usual and normal had it not been coming from him. For the first time, I could find him in rage and going overboard against his well established, cool, calm, and lyrical predisposition. I'm sure it must have confused, baffled, and mystified a vast range of his admirers, seeing him identified with the critical situation, forgetting all his teachings while dealing with their issues and problems. I'm sorry to say that I personally found it unbecoming of a spiritual master that Sandeep Maheshwari is. I feel that instead of making his friends who are entangled in the given adverse situation, he should have endeavored to make them a bit cheerful and relaxed instead of making himself a part of this whole game of existence. I very well know that only the wearer knows where the shoe pinches. But still, I can appreciate his pain as a YouTube celebrity, and because I too have undergone such like situations when I felt grounded and left out on certain occasions. But had it been that now, I would have dealt with those situations in an entirely different manner. Now, in the end, on behalf of his disciples, fans, and admirers, I would like to know from Mr. Maheshwari a few questions. 1. Is he not preconceiving and procrastinating certain consequences which are nowhere in the picture at the moment? Remember, living moment to moment has been one of his main slogans, as it is of every spiritual master. 2. Couldn't he practice tathata, given his deep understanding of spirituality, its ins and outs, and its various recipes? 3. Has he not been saved by the existence in the past when he had come across such like situations and had thought, what will happen if this happens, or had happened, and the reverse of it? I still remember him describing some of the very difficult and tough situations that he had encountered in the past during his live sessions. And lastly, he should think, what worst can happen? What worst can happen? The question which I often ask myself when loaded with some grave situations. Oh, yes, he should also consult his lawyers to know, is he not committing contempt of court by discussing and commenting on the issue when the matter is sub judice? I hope I have not crossed my limits to an unbearable and intolerable extent, Sandeep sir. Let me pray to the cosmic consciousness and cosmic unconsciousness to bless him, his YouTuber colleagues, and lovers. Remember, Sandeep sir, and say it loudly. आसान है, आसान है, isn't it?